Good morning. It's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend, and I am back. It's Friday, October 15th, 2021, and I'm back talking about manifesting. And I wanted to talk about the bridge of incidence. A little background on me: I'm a spiritualist reverend, I am a certified psychic medium, I'm a certified seance conductor. I used to be a nurse. I do. Still can't go and get my license back. I didn't. Wasn't taken away. I just let it. I let it lapse because I just realized that I wanted to pursue my career in the spiritual section of my life. So, what qualifies me? I'm not a mindset coach, not certified in all of that, but what qualifies me is that I have been on my spiritual journey my entire life. It has been something I am truthfully very passionate about. I love looking at the world in a bigger aspect and seeing how we're all interconnected and finding peace within and all of that. So, I like to talk about manifesting because I believe that we are powerful beings, that our mind creates everything. And I like to help people by sharing my own experiences with manifesting. I've done the law of attraction, I've done, all of that stuff, vision boards I did years ago. And I'm also extremely practical. So I like to find ways to incorporate your spiritual life with your secular life. Like, how does that all come together? And do you have to become, one of these woo woo people? And y'all, I've seen a lot of woo woo. The first time I went to is it called the New Age Fair or something in New York City? There were people literally wearing copper pyramids on their head. So I've seen it all. I'm way more on the practical. How does this work into my regular life so I can, um, you know, function in a regular way? So today I wanted to talk about the bridge of incidence. Um, oh, one more thing. Remember that you are a powerful being. What I love about spiritualism is that in the spiritualist church, we talk about, one of the tenets is you are responsible for all of your actions. You're responsible for the good and the bad that goes in and out. And I think that's also a big part of in the manifesting community is understanding that we are responsible for our thoughts. We are responsible for how we create our life. We don't need to live in the victimhood state. And I feel like when we talk about law of assumption, which is if you believe not just like, oh, I'm putting out positive energy and it's coming back to me, but your core belief systems um, are what create your reality. And so you have to take responsibility and look at yourself, be willing to look at yourself, which is not always fun. And it's not about shame, it's not about blaming yourself, or it's just about saying, well, if you look at your self-concept and what you believe about yourself, your worthiness, your value, and all of that, then um people and the world around you has to show up in that way. But what I really wanted to talk about was the law of assumption, but then the bridge of incidence. What is the bridge of incidence? So everybody talks about in whether you're talking about law of attraction and Abraham, um, Hicks, the way they teach it, which is like you visualize what you want, you get into the vortex and the flow, and then it comes to you. Um, the law of assumption is you see things as if they're in the end, right? So say you want that specific house, you see yourself living in that house. But what do you do? The things that happen that occur along the way are the bridge of incidents. The experiences that you have along the way to getting to that final destination is the bridge. Crossing, you're on one side of the river. The thing you want is on the other side of the river. You have to cross the bridge to get there. So Mel Robbins, I was listening to I guess she was on some kind of podcast. I don't even know. It was literally a blurb that showed up in my Instagram suggestion. When whatever you put out there and focus on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, even they give you more of it. It's like it's a very simplified version of manifesting, truthfully. So one of her things came up and she said, everybody's doing it wrong. Oh, that's another thing. Listen, you're going to hear coaches all the time go, this is the best way. This is the only way. Everybody's doing it wrong except for me. Listen, bullshit. Bullshit. We're all manifesting all day long, every day. So how do you harness the power of it and get what you want? and everybody can teach you something. You can learn from everybody. And truthfully, none of us have it perfect. So take what you want from here, leave the rest, and call it a day. But anyway, so Mel Robbins was saying everybody's got it wrong. Everybody's doing it wrong. They're just visualizing the end and they're forgetting the bridge of incidence. And she's talking about, what you need to focus is on is when it goes wrong on the bridge of incidence, what do you do? So say you're running a marathon and you visualize, all you're doing is visualizing yourself at the end. Well, what do you do when I don't know, all these things go wrong, you get really tired, worn out, you hit a wall, blah, blah, blah. What do you need to visualize that stuff? No, you don't. You don't. And here's why. If you believe, and this is an affirmation I tell myself, circumstances don't matter. Everything's working out in my favor. Circumstances don't matter. Everything's working on my favor. So even when things appear that they're falling apart and it's not going to happen and I feel discouraged, whatever, that's also why I'm wearing this sweater every day for the month of October, because you're going to hear no along the way. You're going to hear that's impossible. You're going to hear, like, what are you, crazy? Like, nobody's ever done that before, or only these kind of people can do that, whatever it is, whatever it is, whatever it is. Or if you're manifesting your SP back, your specific person, why would you want that? Only if you're lucky, only if the universe wants you to have it. Like, so like somehow you have to like hope. I really hate that saying, like, if it's meant to be. No, if you believe if it's meant to be, you're not really believing that you are that powerful being. So anyway, so the bridge of incidence, so she's saying like focus on the negative. No, don't. And here's why, because when things come up, all you're going to do is you're going to go into your self-concept and your core beliefs. Hi, just being me. You're going to go into your self-concept and your core beliefs and you're going to say, I always get what I want. I'm deserving. I am lovable. I am worthy. I am valuable. The universe always brings me what I want, because that's what the law says. That's what the Bible says. Let's go with, like, the Bible teaches manifesting. I have my own theories on the religious part of it. So you go into those when you hit the rough spots and you feel like you start to get discouraged, or you think the 3D is not showing up the way I want. And you say the law, everything's working out for me. Everything always works out for me in my favor. Circumstances don't matter. It helps put everything into a more, I don't want to say functional. It just puts your brain into perspective instead of that, like, fatalist belief system that sometimes our brain goes to, right? Only things aren't always working out for me. You don't have to be the victim of everything. You can be very powerful beings, and it's not ego driven, and it's not arrogant or conceited. It's confidence. And there's a difference. And it's okay to say that things work out for me. I never worry about it. Thank you, KK. Like and subscribe and hit the bell. I love your support. So when you're hitting that, I think Mel Robbins has it completely wrong. You don't need to focus on, because if you focus on the things going wrong, then I promise you, things will always go wrong. Things will always start, must be yard guys out there. Things will always start to fall apart. But if you just focus on seeing the end, making it happen to the end, and trusting, and it comes to it, like, you have to be stubborn when you're manifesting. You have to be persistent, and you have to decide, I always get what I want. I always get my desires. That is something, an affirmation that needs to get like pounded and engraved into your core subconscious belief. And you do that by persisting and by saying it over and over, even if you don't believe it. Just say it. Eventually it will become a core belief. And then the letting go part in the bridge of incidence is going, it doesn't matter when it happens. I always get what I want. It may not happen quickly. It may take a while, but it doesn't matter, because it always happens. And I always get what I want. I always get my desires. I always get my beliefs. They always come to me. You have to become the observer in your life as well, and the observer of your thoughts. And that means deciding that whatever follows I am is important and noteworthy, because your brain will pay attention to that. But certainly don't create in your life deciding that you're going to focus on what do I do when I get there? Well, you know what you're going to do if things aren't working out. You're going to say the affirmations. Circumstances don't matter. I can always get through anything. I can do hard things. Everything always works out in my favor. So even if it looks like it's like falling apart, even if it looks like, oh, I lost my shoe and I'm in the middle of the marathon, it doesn't matter. Everything works out. And you know what? What's going to happen is then someone's going to pop up with a pair of shoes for you. Like, and you won't expect it, and it'll come unexpectedly from somewhere, from someone you wouldn't even have maybe ever even considered. Everything always works out in your favor. You have to pay attention to um, what the end result is and know that you'll get it. So if you want that job, that dream job that pays you X amount of dollars with X company, then just see yourself being there and see them offering you the job, or see you getting your first paycheck. Jim Carrey said, I know what's out there. So he would go up on top of, I think it was Hollywood Hills, and he would imagine what was going to happen for him, like the money, the checks, and everything else. And he's like, I don't have it right now, but I know it's out there and it's coming to me. And he didn't worry about it. And he didn't go, is this absurd? And he didn't talk to everybody about it, because there were enough people that if you look for it, there are enough people that are going to help you, fill you with doubt and discouragement. So you just have to have your dreams and your desires, and know that it's possible and it's there, and be stubborn and be persistent. Whenever you're creating new neural pathways and new, like when you play an instrument and you want to be like that professional person up on the stage, whatever, I immediately think of Tedeschi Trucks, because Derek Trucks is an incredible guitarist and Susan Tedeschi is just like, and like everybody in their band is so crazy talented. You have to practice. And practice is persistence. That's the saying the affirmations over and over. Do you think that they just like, all right, we wrote the song, we're going to get up there and play it, and I'm going to be able to be relaxed with it? No, they play it over and over and over and over and over again. That's where the affirmations over and over and over and over again come in. But please don't do what Mel Robbins says. Please don't visualize and expect. Just know that if something comes up and it seems a little wonky and off, it doesn't mean that you're not getting what you want. Maybe that wonkiness needs to happen in order for it to come into play. So just be like, it doesn't matter, because I know it's all working out for me. I had a client this morning, and I left my daughter's school and there was a lot more traffic, and I have to turn left across and there's no light, blah, blah, blah. And I dropped them off, and I thought, in the past, I probably would have panicked and been like, oh my God, this is taking away from the time. Like, oh my, am I going to be ready? Am I going to be available? And instead I was just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll get there and it'll be fine and it'll all work out. And like, everything's working out. It's fine. And literally, like within 30 seconds, 2 cars stopped and I was able to make the left-hand turn, and there was no cars coming from the right. So you have to just get into that mode. That's where the self-belief and the core self-concept comes in. Like I will always tell you, it always comes back to that, of the like rebuilding your neural pathways and trusting that it all comes from within here. Because once you develop that confidence, that you start to see that everything falls into place easily. Does anybody have any comments, questions, concerns, curiosities? Need help with removing your own blocks in your life? I guess I'm going to advertise for myself a little bit here. I do have a psychic development circle a new circle that will start November 2nd. I get lots and lots of really good feedback from those circles. People really love them and love being a part of them. I absolutely adore teaching people and helping them empower them on their own journey. And a huge part of feeling powerful in your own journey is being completely connected with your own intuition. So you learn to give readings, but that's not necessarily the goal of it. The goal is for you to become so comfortable with knowing your intuition and knowing how to further develop it and connect with it, that you know how to trust it in your own journey. I do have private readings. I do psychic readings, mediumship readings, and now I'm starting to kind of transition to doing psychic / manifesting readings, because if my tagline is empowering your journey, if you have something wonky come up, I love sharing with you how to shift those old belief systems in order to create the life that you want. Every single day is an opportunity to create the life that you want. And I I'm telling you, I dig talking about this stuff so much. I'm very passionate about it. Anytime it comes up, people are like, "Oh my God, you just light up." I do, because I think no one should suffer. Suffering is a needless feeling and a needless emotion, and no one should feel like they're a victim, and feeling like you're just being bopped around like a pinball. We are all powerful beings, and we all have the right and deserve to be able to feel good and feel happy and feel joy, and know that even when things come up that seem like it's not so great, that circumstances don't matter, and that we're powerful, and that we deserve the life that we desire. So if no one has any comments or concerns, thank you so much for all of your support and your love. I love all my old subscribers. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome. Remember that sometimes when you share my channel with others, that it unsubscribes you. My friend told me that happened with her. So just make sure that you're still subscribed. Do that with other channels as well. You deserve the life of your dreams and your desires. And I love sharing my own experiences to help you guys. So that said, I'm going to sign off if there's no questions at all. I like doing them live because I like being able to interact with y'all. So if you're watching this later, please comment. Please ask questions. If you want to learn about something new or a different topic, or you're confused about anything, I'm happy to talk about it. Oh, here. When it comes to negative thoughts while manifesting, how would you suggest handling anxiety about a certain topic? For instance, when the anxiety is still present after doing affirmations. So sometimes anxiety and panic attacks come up because your body, your brain perceives danger and perceives that things are going wrong, and it's not logical. Like and so like it's easy for somebody who doesn't have anxiety to go, "Oh, just like get over it and affirm it." And I do believe affirmations help. However, physically getting up and moving makes a difference, because it our brains are kind of, interesting things. They're fantastically powerful and very basic at the same time. So if you get up and move, your brain perceives, I am out of danger, I'm moving away from danger, and then continue with the affirmations, and that should actually make a difference. So if you wake up in the middle of the night and you wake up randomly with anxiety or feeling like kind of panicky, get up and move. Get up and move and say the affirmations. I am safe. I am secure. I am whole. I am complete. I always get what I want. Circumstances don't matter. Just all the reassuring ones. I am well protected. I always teach my kids that before we go to bed. I am well protected. I am safe. The universe always has my back and is taking care of me. If you're panicked, like it, and also you have to look at like what are your thoughts around that anxiety when you wake up, like or that you're thinking, as if it's around work, like everything always works out in my favor. I'm lucky. I'm fortunate. Everything, my desires are always mine. Everybody loves me. I love myself. I'm lovable. I am likable. I am kind. I am good. I'm a great worker. I'm really great at what I do. There is nothing wrong with saying, I had somebody in my circle the other night say, like, "Oh, well, I don't want to." And I go, "Toot your own horn. Say that you're great at what you do. Tell people that you're good at what you do. It's okay to say that. You're not saying, I'm the best and nobody else can touch me. You're saying, I'm really good at what I do, and you're owning it. And it's okay to say that. It doesn't make you arrogant or attention monger. Be confident in who you are." Yeah, but that's my suggestion for if you're having anxiety in the present moment, you're feeling like the affirmations aren't working, get up and move, because it's your brain just needs a reset of where you're at. I think that's it. So if anybody doesn't have anything else, then I'm going to head out for the day. I hope this was helpful. Again, I'm here live talking about manifesting on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I may open up and do little like mini chats or mini comments over on my Instagram to kind of be a little bit more active there. uh, whatever you're doing in life, remember you are the product, right? So the best people at selling something, and whatever those products that do really well, it's because whoever is selling it really believes in it. So when you build your self-concept up, you learn to really believe in yourself and value yourself and realize that you're worthy. And so I need to put myself out there, right? So I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Have an amazing weekend. I will see you Sunday here at 4 p.m. Eastern time for the psychic readings, psychic mediumship readings. They are $5 a question. 30% goes to the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. I do believe in helping others, and food should not be something somebody is struggling to have. It is a basic human right. And so if I can help, I love to help. And our money does really go a long way there. And I say ours because you're helping me with those donations. And every dollar provides 3 meals, and we've provided over 4,700 meals so far this year. Have a wonderful weekend. See you Sunday. Thanks again for supporting me. Bye.